Hey everybody, and welcome to the root cause analysis presentation. Let's take a quick look. We've only got 5 slides. When we look at the performance problem in the life cycle and the evolution of what we're doing in this course, the first thing that happens is that the client presents with a problem, and we've worked through that by posting your client and project proposals and really refining that into a specific performance problem statement. And we talked about how a well-defined problem is half of the solution. We then went through and we confirmed that the problem exists by looking at a performance gap analysis where we compared the present state of operations to the future state of operations, and we tried to calculate the difference between the two so that we could really determine the area of concentration and how large of a performance problem we were trying to address. It's also a great way to put some metrics around what can be very subjective. Performance is often very subjective, and this puts some very objective, sort of quantitative metrics around performance. And what we're going to do this week is we're going to move ahead and try to determine the causes or the reasons for that performance problem. And we call this a root cause analysis. Root causes are all of the factors that contribute to or cause a performance problem. And this is one of the reasons that we spent so much time focusing on defining the problem in very specific terms, because we want to be sure that our analysis is identifying and confronting a specific performance problem so that we can inclusively and exhaustively look at all of the factors that are contributing to it. If you remember in your reading, there is a very simple chart which has 6 different categories of root causes. These are the most common types of root causes that you're going to find, and it is most likely that you'll find root causes that can break out into each of these categories. It doesn't mean that it's exclusive. It doesn't mean that that this will accommodate all of the root causes that you find, and it doesn't mean that you'll find root causes in all of these areas. It simply means that when you go forward and start asking your client and doing some research around why does this problem exist, why are we having this performance problem, the types of issues that are going to surface are most commonly going to fit into these 6 categories. So keep that in mind as you conduct your root cause analysis. Some tips as you do that: you want to base your root cause analysis specifically on your performance problem statement. So when you go forward to engage the client, when you go forward and start conducting your root cause analysis, really the main question you're trying to answer is, why does this problem exist? It's an open-ended question, and it's intended to reveal to you all of the factors and all of the influences acting upon that performance problem. And what you want to do is focus here exclusively on the current state of performance. You don't want to focus on how could the problem be fixed, what do you recommend as a solution. You just want to focus on what's happening here. Why is this happening? And you could find all kinds of answers to performance problems, from there's not enough parking spaces out front for people to get to work on time, to the time card recording machine is broken and people can't punch in and then they can't get paid, to the lighting is really low and you need to put higher wattage light bulbs in the fixtures, to the boss doesn't know how to communicate, to language barriers, to chain of command. All different types of factors are going to emerge as you conduct this root cause analysis. And the reason we want to go into this with an open mind is because you might really uncover something you didn't expect that's going to very strongly influence the outcome of your analysis. So you go in with a very open mind, you're focusing on the specific performance problem and the current state of performance, and you want to avoid discussion around solutions. You're not interested in solutions at this point. You really just want to talk about causes. As you go into the root cause analysis, many of you are working with employers or people groups of people that you already know or with whom you're engaged, and that's fine. But you need to pull emotionally away from the process and be as objective and neutral as possible. So try not to impose your own interpretation of the current state on the analysis. Part of being a good designer is being able to be analytical, and critically analyze a situation without imposing your own views upon it or having emotional reactions to it. So as you go ahead into your root cause analysis, these are the key things you want to keep in mind. There's 6 common areas into which you can categorize root causes. It doesn't mean you will have causes in all of those, and it doesn't mean that those 6 categories will accommodate all of your findings. Be creative with how you choose to categorize what your analysis provides. Focus on the current state and avoid discussion around solutions. All you're worried about here is causes, and the causes that are specific to your performance problem statement. And if you do that, I think you'll have a lot of fun. This is a really interesting week and a chance for you to really work at the embryonic stage of analysis that most people aren't afforded. So have fun with it, and I look forward to seeing your results.